Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to be talking about how Star Wars News reveals that the next movie will avoid Rise of Skywalker's biggest mistake. So we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the bigger mistakes that the Rise of Skywalker made, how this can be avoided in the future going forward with the Star Wars franchise, especially as they're beginning to kind of ramp up more and more here with coming back to theaters. There isn't really any prominent movie yet that's set in stone or set in concrete for coming back to movie theaters there quite yet. However, it is a continuously developing story here that we always regard here on the channel. So if you guys haven't already heard about any of that stuff, go check our recent Star Wars movie news video here on the channel to kind of catch you up to speed there as well on that. In this video, we're going to be taking a read from Inverse.com and what they have to say here about this whole situation here. As they read, the Star Wars sequel trilogy is devised to say the least, but most fans agree it wasn't the franchise's best effort. Between behind-the-scenes politics, reshuffled creative teams, and rushed productions, the results, especially The Rise of Skywalker, the 9th film, garnered a lot of criticism that seemed to put the entire future of Star Wars movies into a limbo. Of course, after The Rise of Skywalker in 2019, Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, came out to say that Star Wars movies are taking a break and taking a hiatus, and they went from there to focus on Disney Plus shows for Star Wars, which have been beyond amazing. However, a leak surrounding the next Star Wars movie may prove that Lucasfilm has learned from the lesson of the sequels. Recently, according to the Star Wars leaker Making Star Wars, who has a track record of revealing huge secrets like Princess Leia's appearance in Obi-Wan Kenobi, Pinewood Studios in London is expected to begin construction for the sets of a new Star Wars movie sometime in April or May of 2023. Pinewood Studios, of course, has been a key location in the production of every Star Wars movie since Disney acquired Lucasfilm, so the site itself isn't much of a surprise. However, the timing is quite intriguing. The next Star Wars movie is slated for a December 2025 release, so why would a production begin 2 years before its release? The answer simply lies within the past. The Rise of Skywalker had an incredibly rushed production, often requiring director J.J. Abrams to set up a mobile cutting room on set to keep editing on schedule while they were still shooting. The results speak for themselves, so if production is beginning this early, it's clear that Lucasfilm is erring on the side of caution to, of course, prevent another debacle. While this is a good omen for Star Wars fans, it's still very unclear exactly which Star Wars movie is being given this much lead time. Presumably, it's the long-anticipated Taika Waititi project, but Lost co-creator Damon Lindelof is reportedly working on a script too for Star Wars. Regardless of which creative writer is getting the slot, this is a large and intelligent shift in strategy for Star Wars. Unlike when the sequel series came out, Star Wars fans had no longer have to rely on just the movies and small supplements of animation series to give them their fix. There's now another major tentpole on Disney Plus, with most of the live-action streaming series garnering acclaimed, the Mandoverse. As a result, there's no longer a need to rush out movies just to stay to fans and make the money. Fans have waited 2 years for season 3 of The Mandalorian, and they can wait 2 years for the next Star Wars movies. Patience is a virtue, and in this case, it's the key to avoiding another Rise of Skywalker type of debacle and mistake. It should also be said that patience is part of the Jedi way. From there, that is where the article concludes, and I have this full article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. So while we kind of already did cover this and talk about this here on the channel previously before only a couple days ago, it does seem to be becoming more prominent and prominent. You have more sources talking about this and covering this, and it really does seem to be leading up and ramping up to becoming something that is actually going to happen and more prominent. Of course, Star Wars movies in the previous have really struggled actually getting off the floor and taking off here, and in this case, it seems that it is taking off. It's actually going forward, and if for anything, in my own thoughts and opinions, I believe this, if for anything, to be Taika Waititi's film for Star Wars. He has, of course, kind of been talked about and announced rather officially a couple of years ago at this point in time. I believe, I want to say it was back in 2020, a part of Lucasfilm's Investors Day, where they announced him officially to be directing his own spin-off Star Wars movie. As of for what regarding plot details we could see for that movie, unknown, up in the air, we have absolutely no idea. However, ever since that he went ahead and concluded and finished with Thor 4, Love and Thunder from Marvel Studios, if you're a Marvel channel, I have my Marvel channel linked in the description down below there as well. The director really does have some free time now, kind of really freed up here, so he can work on whatever is coming at his way next, and in this case, I believe it to be, of course, Lucasfilm's Star Wars movie, well, his spin-off movie, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm beyond excited for it. I do like his overall, I guess, comedic type of directing style and direction that he goes with his movies overall. You have Jojo Rabbit, that's kind of like a parody of a World War II scenario. You have all the Thor movies, Ragnarok and Thor 4, Love and Thunder there as well, which are really quite comedic with those elements, and I think to put that kind of comedic spin on Star Wars as well, especially if it's kind of like a more experimental film at that, something that isn't really connected to the Skywalker saga or any other Star Wars movies, I think it has a huge potential. I think it really, honestly, really could work. And who's to say, it's Taika Waititi, he isn't new to Star Wars either. He's directed multiple episodes of The Mandalorian and even voices IG-11. So what are you looking forward to most here with this new Star Wars movie, and do you think it would be Taika Waititi or another director? I'd love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Of course, we're going to be talking about all types of other Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, and theories and breakdowns here on the channel, so if you guys are into any of that Star Wars related stuff, hit the subscribe button and join us here today. Of course, this has been an official Star Wars. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you as always. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.